Our next guest here at the Totem Sport Performance block is somebody I saw for the first time in Lisbon at Soccerex Europe only a couple of months ago. And he comes with the extremely lofty promise of significantly longer, healthier, more productive athletic careers. Now, when you put that into perspective, and it's not a wish, it's a promise, I think we really need to hear what Nuno Godinho has got to say on behalf of Empericus, a brilliant new platform for sports performance. Thank you, Nuno.
Thank you. Hello. My name is Nuno Godinho, and I'm the CTO and Chief Product Officer at Empericus. And the theme of my talk is the future of sport. And so there's no better way than us going a little bit to the future and think what it could be. So let's go into that future, the summer of 2030, and to the World Cup final. We're at the press conference, just minutes after the World Cup final has ended. And sitting at the microphone, there are two men. One is the past and present of soccer, the captain of the cup-winning team, and the first to ever pilot a World Cup win at the age of 45. Beside him, the future of soccer, a 19-year-old striker who was brought to the academy system, whose every injury, illness, medical intervention, and physical and psychological hurdle was tracked through a breakthrough health intelligence platform, the same platform the national team uses. And just minutes ago, at the 86th minute of play, that captain, the left winger, voted the best player of the tournament, made a brilliant cross that the young striker transformed into a blistering header, which goes straight through the goalkeeper and into history. It's a great story. But like every story, there's two sides to it. And the other side is very, very different. We're still in 2030, and we're still watching the same press conference. Yet, instead of speaking it, now the captain and the striker are watching it from their homes. The captain is now the former captain who was forced to retire because of a recurring Achilles heel injury that would happen too little too late in order to benefit from new care pathways. As for the young player, yes, he went through the academy system, but he never made it to the first team because they did sports science and sports medicine the old-fashioned way. This two-part scenario is the great truth of sport, a constant, heartbreaking series of what-ifs. What if we hadn't sold this player? What if we have started this striker rather than that one? What if we could have known about and intervene in the health of a player which was suffering years of untreated depression? And mostly, what if injury, psychological issues, illness could be reduced or recover from faster or simply didn't happen? Today, I'm going to talk to you about the Empericus What If, which we created to give you more of the good scenarios and less of the bad ones. What if we could extend the health, wellness, and potential of the athletes beyond anything we can imagine? And what if this was available to every athlete in every sport, everywhere in the world? What did this mean to sport? Nothing less than a health intelligence revolution. Revolution. That's a very big word. So I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes going through and unveiling to you a transformation in evidence-based care. And this story starts where every sports story started, at the Olympics. In 2013, I was busy being the CTO of Aditi Technologies and working with Microsoft building Azure, and Ron Pruitt, our CEO, was the VP of Centricity Practice Solutions, the EMR business in GE Healthcare. One day, Ron got a call from Dr. Moreau, the head of Team USA Sports Medicine Division, and said, Ron, we have a problem. You know the electronic medical record system that you built for us? I need it to work in the cloud, and we need it when you go to Sochi in mid-December. We're just in mid-October, and everything needed to work flawlessly and security through the free Russian Wi-Fi with all the cybersecurity issues you can imagine. Ron called Microsoft and asked who could help. 2 days later, I was in his office. We implemented the EMR program. Ron went with the team to Sochi, and there we saw how powerful it could be when the entire staff is on the same digital page. We also saw how it energized the athletes, because when you show a keen athlete their data in an understandable way, they will be that more keen in order to go and invest in their career. That's when it hit us. Leveraging technology to present medical records tied to performance in an accessible view would trigger a seismic change in outcomes. That insight was validated the very next week when the International Olympic Committee came in, saw the value of our work, and immediately asked us to implement all their 12,000 athlete records for the 2016 Rio Games. But ultimately, the validation came, as always, on the field of play. When by 2016, the Team USA has been using this platform for 2 years. And when we saw them dominate China by over 50 medals in Rio, this was evidence-based medicine. This was a direct impact of combining intelligence, science, to drive best care pathways. We started to visualize how we could do better, and this is the day that Empericus was born. As we developed this platform, we isolated 4 big truths that our solution needed to answer. Big truth number 1, it all comes down to the athlete. The hopes and dreams of fans, the future of teams, TV networks, shoemakers, everybody, all come down to one thing: the physical and mental wear and tear of the athlete. Keeping healthier athletes on the field longer is what drives revenue, fans, and ultimately championships. That idea is directly related to big truth number 2. We need to go beyond the body and beyond the now. Most care providers are focused on the physical body at the current time, but we can't draw just a line and help them avoid injuries and then completely forget about them when they finish their careers. So what we thought was, if we create a health intelligence-driven 360-degree view platform focusing on physical, psychological, and emotional, athletes will be able to realize their fuller and longer potential, live healthier lives beyond retirement, and their organization would feel the long-term beneficial impacts. This means we need to change how we look at data, which is big truth number 3. Data is destiny. The entire field of medical records in sport is behind the curve. Data is inadequate, incomplete, scattered, and almost impossible to collate and assess quickly when every moment matters. If you could put more kinds of data in one place and let everybody effortlessly look at it and act on that data, we could change the game. And ultimately, the game is a team game, which led us to big truth number 3. It's all about the team. You of all people know the partners you choose, your coaching, managing, scouting, is fundamental. Our partnerships are unique, and our core technology partner is simply the biggest and best name in technology, period. From an insight at the Olympics to this very moment. From a whiteboard to a product in less than a year, I'm thrilled to present the Empericus Health Intelligence Platform.
A revolution is changing something and doing something that's never been done before. Dragging people out of the old ages and bringing them to a new world that's brighter, bigger, and better. Health intelligence, for me, is a new category that we're creating in the industry.
The Health Intelligence Platform is a combination of passion, science, and advanced technologies. The goal of Empericus was really designed around addressing the known gaps that really have an impact on the lack of treatment for individuals, and that comes from the lack of data collaboration. We want to bring data to life with advanced data visualization. We want to improve individuals' health, and more importantly, we want athletes to reach their full potential, and we want them to live healthier lives beyond their competitive careers.
You're going to see something that you haven't seen before if you're a doctor, and you're definitely going to see something that you've never seen before if you're an athlete.
We bring data to life: medical, clinical, health and wellness, and performance data.
To be able to visualize that in a single pane of glass, that's really the unique aspect that Empericus brings.
Whether you're searching through the nav bar or Lifeline, or you're searching through our body map visualization, all of that data will be stored, coded, and available to you at any time.
You're able to share information between the disciplines.
Whether it's a strength and conditioning coach, a physiotherapist, an orthopedic surgeon, their sports physician, athletic therapist, their GM, their coach.
You're constantly getting information about what they're doing, how they're doing. You can have an impact when you're not around. For all that information to come in one place, and again, so you can review that is pretty important.
To have that constant connection and have a database that actually shows notes from an entire season, even during the season or after the season, when the athlete comes back, we're miles ahead from where we would have been.
It puts the power of the data in the hands of the athlete.
None of us are average. We're a unique individual. We may not have the same responses to a prescription, a recommendation, a drug, a treatment.
We can really modify certain aspects of an individual's training program to give them the best chance for either their position or their style of play.
I can manipulate workouts. I can manipulate recovery protocols. We're looking to have our athletes at their peak performance at the moments that are going to matter the most. And in sports, that's championships. You know, if we can have one athlete extend their livelihood another 10 years, if we can have one less athlete suffering from depression after their career, that would mean the world to all of us in Empericus.
Empericus Health Intelligence, the revolutionary evidence-based future of sport. Revolutionary because of what it does. Empericus turns all health, medical, and performance data into intelligence. Then transforms that intelligence into insights that let you create personalized care strategies and make much faster and smarter decisions in moments that matter. Decisions that improve performance and collaboration, improve care and training plans, minimize injury and recovery times, and amplify the potential and longevity of athletic excellence. Revolutionary in how it does it. Empericus brings data to life. With patented visualization, let you instantly see and know what data means through a single pane of glass, a one-glance overview. And revolutionary by who it does it for. Empiricus works for everyone in the team, giving each collaborator the data and experience they need. Athletes, all care providers, from a physician to a psychologist, coaches, administrators, everyone. I would need this entire speech times 3 to show you all the features. So let's focus on the 5 key ones that will mean the most for you. The first 3 are all about product experience and why it's like nothing else you've ever seen. Our data ingestion model is our secret sauce. It's such a unique differentiator that we have it as part of our patent. Using our smart machine learning algorithms, which I'll talk about in a minute, Empericus ingests any and all types of data, from EMRs, metrics, performance data, strength and conditioning data, health and wellness, wearables, you name it, and translates it into the Lifeline and body map. No more fragmented data that you have to chase all over the place. Huge time savings, better decisions. And anyone can input data, from the athlete to the physician to the trainer. Everyone on the same page, everything on the right place, no communication issues, nothing lost in translation. Everybody armed with all the information they need at the moment they need it most. But data is only as important as if it's meaningful for you. So our algorithms let you configure exactly the metrics and key performance indicators you want. Our readiness index features a wide range of buckets that cover everything from biomarkers, injury status, health, wellness, travel, and much more. You set, weight the variables to your standards, and the index made the calculations. We're also looking at the load management from a whole new direction. Our planned optimal workload analysis will let you know exactly what does that individual athlete needs at that any given time. And if your organization is focused on efficiency and results, we'd love to know that we're working on a days lost analysis, which will look at the entire player history and understand if there is any pinpoint areas which we could use and save money and improve care. But this is massive amounts of data, and every type of data configured to your needs. Our patented visualization tools give every practitioner and athlete multiple ways to see, share faster, easier, and clearer information. Our Lifeline is our longitudinal view. You can see the entire history of the athlete for years. Every medical intervention, every health and wellness incident, performance data. Imagine you did a CT scan and any other interventions I mentioned. You can actually go into that specific one and go as deep as you want. And our body map represents the anatomical view of the same exact information, but color-coded in order to make it easier for you to access. We're taking this single pane of glass visualization everywhere in the system to your team. Every player, every schedule, statistics, dashboards, and more. So here's your options. Continuing scrolling through and searching to pages of records, or seeing a full athlete history in one interactive diagram. When people see Empericus, they realize there's no way back. Now, with all of this sensitive personal healthcare information, you probably are thinking about security. We are. In fact, our data protection abilities are a big reason why Microsoft partnered with us. Empericus features the highest standards of security and encryption. We've even integrated a security operations center in order to handle threats in real time. And because this is the age of data consent, the platform has data and access controls that limit access to only authorized personnel, and only if the athlete provides consent. We'll give athletes personal health record ownership before, during, and after their careers. And that's an incredibly powerful benefit for them, plus a huge reason for them to work with us. And to all this, in just 10 months, some of the biggest names in health, sport, technology have been joining our mission and bringing our health intelligence platform to all their worldwide customers. And there's no bigger name than our core technology partner, Microsoft. Here's what Microsoft says about Empericus. Despite all our progress, the systems we use don't allow us to unlock the next frontier of progress, the power of data. Empericus platform raises the bar. And this is a collaboration. we're innovating together and puts the latest innovation from Microsoft in our hands. And they're not alone. Fitbit, Apple Watch, Garmin, and more are integrating all their category-leading apps into our platform. We're working with top sport, strength and conditioning partners, an artificial intelligence-driven psychological assessment app. We're tapping into leading and real-time data providers, and a lot more to come. We are Empericus. We are leading the health intelligence revolution, and as you see, answering every athletic need and want. However, did we actually answer all those big truths we spoke in the beginning? Empericus is not just about the athlete, but about all the athlete, the performer, the patient, the emotional human being, all come together here on this platform. Empericus, it's not just about the now, but about the before and after as well. We will meet athletes at the academy and school. We'll stay with them wherever they go, because they can have their data always with them and give them priceless data sets that will help them for the rest of their lives. With Empericus, the sports medicine finally leaps from an inaccessible vacuum of information to the most comprehensive, accessible data set imaginable, giving athlete-specific decisions anytime, even at game time. And Empericus and Microsoft are building this revolution together. They named us Global Independent Software Vendor, their highest rating for a startup. We're also part of the Global Sports Innovation Center, which brings sports industry and technology together. With Microsoft, our partners, and those on the way, we cover the complete athlete, like no one else. And as you've seen, the future of sport and sports medicine is many, many things, but mostly it's intelligent, it's visual, and it's evidence-based. And I've just shown you that evidence. So in the future, in July 2030, when you're watching the World Cup final, and some of you might even be on the field, when you see the 45-year-old captain being raised by his teammates in victory, remember this moment, right here and right now. When you learn that the future of sport, it's about extending athletic potential to levels of performance, wellness, and longevity that we simply can't imagine. Actually, that's not true, because we did imagine it, and here it is. Empericus, the health intelligence platform. Thank you very much.